Another death row production. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Tyson, the next heavyweight champion of the world. Everybody else for.
Alrighty guys, what's going on? Welcome on back. It's the Empire. I'm your host Risky. It is Friday, August 7th. Happy Friday to all. Looking back at yesterday, we do hit on our ladder play. Our solo bet came through for us, but other than that, the day did not go as planned. The big thing that messed us up was that Pirates-Brewers game. We needed it to go over 7.5 total runs. Game finished exactly at 7. The Pirates left runners on so many times, but look, it was such an annoying day, but you guys already know the rules. It's on to the next one. We got a full slate of baseball here on tap today. Guys, Outlier Sportsbook, the link is down in the description. Sign up with them. The first week is free. Also, at the end of the video, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. With all of that being said, let's jump into it. Alright, first game up, we got the Mets in Pittsburgh taking on the Pirates. We got Zach Thornton on the mount for the Mets. We got Molzinski on the mount for the Pirates. Alright, getting into this game here, we got the young left-handed pitcher Zach Thornton on the mount for the Mets. This guy's been really good up to this point. 288 ERA, 105 whip, decent strikeout to walk ratio. He did get hit up in his last 2 outings. The big takeaway from those games, he saw 2 lineups that have been really struggling to hit left-handed pitching in the Marlins and the Braves. Gave up 3 runs to both of those teams. Here today, he's going to be seeing another lineup that it has been really struggling to hit left-handed pitching. As a matter of fact, this Pirates team is now a bottom 10 team versus lefties. Not to mention, since the All-Star break, they've been one of the worst offenses. They're a bottom 5 offense since the All-Star break in the last 2 weeks. Here today for Zach Thornton, like I said, decent strikeout to walk ratio. He's going to be seeing a lineup that's been really striking out, not drawing a lot of walks. I see Zach Thornton coming out here today having a good start. He usually only pitches 5 innings. I could see him giving up a run. I don't see him struggling in the outing, but him pitching that, only going 5 innings, I should say, is going to be the big determining factor for me. We're going to get to the Mets bullpen. They had a surprising series out in Cleveland. They swept the Guardians. Here today in Pittsburgh, again, still on the road for this young bullpen. They got a bunch of arms that's tax coming into the, not to mention this Pirates team plays really good in their home games. I see the Mets bullpen being the X factor in this game. I see the arms available for the Mets coming in this game, giving up another 2 to 3 runs after Thornton leaves. On the other side, we got Cameron Molzinski on the mount. This guy's been really good this season. He started off the year as a starting pitcher. Then when they brought up Jared Jones, they moved him into the bullpen, which was a mistake in my opinion. Then Mitch Keller just got hurt. They moved him back into the rotation. Here today, the Mets, he's going to be seeing a Mets lineup that has been struggling to hit right-handed pitching. Both of their best offensive games in that Cleveland series came against lefties. They really struggled to get to Tanner Bybee. Bybee had the best game out of any starting pitcher. Not to mention, he struck out close to 10 Mets in that game. Here today for Molzinski with decent strikeout stuff. I see him having a really good game. This Mets lineup is really mediocre when they see right-handed pitching. Not to mention, this Pirates bullpen is actually in a good spot here today. So I see Molzinski doing this, having a similar outing to Thornton, going about 5 innings, giving up a run before we get to the Pirates bullpen. That's in a really good spot to come in this game here today and shut down the Mets bats. This game is going to be out in Pittsburgh. It's going to be a bit more on the hitter-friendly side. We got a small gust of wind blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Pirates are the betting odd favorites in this game, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the under 8.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Brian Reynolds of the Pirates for 2 total bases. Next up, we got the Blue Jays in Philadelphia taking on the Phillies. We got Jose Soriano on the mount for the Jays. We got Zach Wheeler on the mount for the Phillies. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Jose Soriano, the former Angel, making his Blue Jays debut here today. He's been decent this season, still got that 3.30 ERA, 130 whip, but the big thing with Jose Soriano is his lefty splits. That's the big knock on him. He's a sinker ball pitcher, pitches for a lot of contact, terrible splits versus left-handed bats, not to mention the hard hit rate. The hard hit rate sitting at 42%. Looking at the overall matchup breakdown for Soriano here today, I do not like this spot for him to be making his season debut. This Phillies lineup in their home games really put up a bunch of runs. They struggle in their road games offensively. Once they're in Philly, their numbers really flip. especially versus right-handed pitching. Like I said, Jose Soriano's a sinker ball pitcher, pitches for a lot of contact. It's going to be extremely hitter-friendly environment when it comes to like the weather out there in Philly today. I see him struggling in this game. Like I said, the hard hit rate still sitting at 40%. You still got guys slugging pretty well in this lineup. Bryce Harper, Schwarber's bats have gone cold, but this is a good matchup for Schwarber here today too. My overall breakdown for Soriano, I see him going 5 to 6 innings, giving up 2 to 3 runs. Before we get to the Blue Jays bullpen, their tax coming into it. We saw them blow the game out in Chicago yesterday, now having to travel into Philadelphia here today to see another good home team. I'm expecting the Blue Jays starting pitcher Soriano to get scored on, not to mention the arms available in their bullpen to come in this game, give up another 2 to 3 runs with Soriano leaves. On the other side, we got Zach Wheeler on the mount. This guy's been dominant for the Phillies this year. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Blue Jays lineup completely just a terrible offense overall. On the year now, they are bottom 10 offense overall, not to mention bottom 10 offense versus right-handed pitching. Their strikeout numbers for this lineup continues to go up. Zach Wheeler has an amazing strikeout to walk ratio, very low hard hit rate. Not to mention Zach Wheeler has a very high ground ball rate. Here today, looking at the matchup breakdown for him, I don't see nobody giving him a problem. I see Wheeler coming out here today dealing, going about 6 to 7 innings. If not scoreless, he'll give up a run before we get to the Phillies bullpen. They're slightly taxed coming into it, but they're decent overall. I like the arms available for the Phillies to come in, possibly give up another run, but if not, shut down the Blue Jays bats completely. Looking at the weather in this game, extremely hitter-friendly weather. We have a strong gust of wind blowing from the diamond to the outfield, over 90 degrees expected in Philadelphia. Let's get to the picks. The Phillies are the betting odds favorites in this game, and I like them on the run line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Kyle Schwarber, the Phillies, to hit a home run today. Next game up, we got the Reds in DC taking on the Nationals. We got Chris Petty on the mount for the Reds. We got Cade Cavalli on the mount for the Nats. Alright, getting into this game here. It's going to be a bullpen day for the Reds. This was supposed to be Hunter Green making the start here today, but he got injured once again. So Chris Petty is going to be the opener for the Reds. After that, he's going to go one time through the lineup, pitch 3 innings. After that will be a bullpen day here for the Reds. Looking at the arms available for Cincinnati here today, like all their bulk relievers, all their main long relievers are not good. I see them coming in right after Petty leaves this game, giving up a few runs. My overall breakdown here today, I can see the Nationals being able to put up a few runs. Still got a few good left-handed bats in the lineup, guys like House, Lyle, of course CJ Abrams, all still hitting the ball pretty well. I'm expecting them to put up a few runs here today on Cincinnati. Looking at the other side, we got Cade Cavalli on the mount. This guy's been dominant this season. Really low hard hit rate, 3.50 ERA, 125 whip. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Cincinnati Reds lineup with 7 projected right-handed bats in the lineup. The right-handed pitcher, Cade Cavalli, has really good splits versus righties. Not to mention, they've been really mediocre versus right-handed pitching overall on the season. Looking at the pitch mix breakdown for Cavalli, he has really good strikeout stuff. This Reds lineup strikes out a lot. I can see him working the Ks here today, limiting the walks, having a really good game. My overall breakdown for Cavalli, he goes 6 to 7 innings while giving up a run or two before we get to the Nationals bullpen. Terrible bullpen. Their tax coming into it. I see them coming in this game giving up another run or so. Looking at the weather in this game, extremely hitter-friendly weather. Ballpark Pal has this game rated with a plus 13 home run percentage. Over 90 degrees, wind blown from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Nationals are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I do like them on the money line. The game total set at 9. I do like the under 9 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking CJ Abrams for 2 total bases. Next up, we got the Braves in New York taking on the Yankees. We got Tyler Mahle on the mount for the Braves. We got Max Fried on the mount for the Yankees. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Tyler Mahle, the former Giant, making his debut for the Braves here today. Kind of feel bad for the Braves. They had a trade agreed with the Rangers to send DeGrom to Atlanta, but last minute DeGrom used his no trade clause. The Braves got stuck with Tyler Mahle. Comes into this game with a 3-9 record, 5.13 ERA, 130 whip. Here today, another thing with Tyler Mahle, the hard hit rate really has been a problem for him. It's sitting at 44%. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Yankees lineup in the last 7 games played versus right-handed pitching. This is a top 10 team. They've really started to turn it around versus righties. Not to mention Molly struggles versus left-handed bats. Got 6 lefties projected in the lineup. The Yankees do have decent slugging numbers versus right-handed pitching. The one thing I do like about Molly, really doesn't walk a lot of batters. He does limit the base runners, but mainly the hard hit rate, the splits versus the lefties, that's going to give him a problem here today. My overall breakdown for Molly, I see him going about 5 innings, giving up 2 to 3 runs. Before we get to the Braves bullpen, one of the best bullpens in the majors. I look at the arms that's going to be available for them here today, and I do like them to come in this game, possibly give up another run, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got the left-handed pitcher Max Fried on the mound. He's been good this season, been struggling since coming back from injuries, had a few blow-up starts, got hit up by the White Sox. Here today, though, he's going to be seeing an Atlanta Braves lineup that's also very mediocre versus left-handed pitching. They do got Ronald Acuna back. Ronald Acuna, since entering the lineup, has been crushing left-handed pitching. Not to mention, looking at the overall pitch mix breakdown for Max Fried versus this lineup, I can see him struggling a bit, going about 6 to 7 innings, giving up 2 to 3 runs. Before we get to this Yankees bullpen, their attacks coming into it, they've been decent of late, but their attacks coming into it, I see the arms available for the Yankees coming in this game, giving up 3 to 4 runs here today. I see this being one of those bullpen days for the Yankees where the arms come in, have a blow-up game. Looking at the weather at Yankee Stadium, extremely hitter-friendly, plus 17 home run percentage, over 90 degrees in this game as well, with the wind is very minuscule here. 3 to 4 mile per hour winds blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Yankees are the betting odd favorites in this game, and I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Atlanta Braves on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking Austin Riley of the Braves for 2 total bases today. Next game up, we got the Athletics in Boston taking on the Red Sox. We got Perkins on the mound for the Athletics. We got Tolley on the mound for the Red Sox. Alright, getting into this game here. Well, this is the most straightforward game on the schedule here today. Really doesn't need a breakdown. We got the worst team in the last 30 games played. We have the worst team in the major leagues versus the best team in the major leagues. Here today, we got Jack Perkins on the mound for the Athletics. He comes into it with a 6.19 ERA. The right-handed pitcher Perkins has decent strikeout numbers, but the hard hit rate is sitting at 47%. Really prone to giving up the long ball. Also walks a bunch of batters. Doesn't go too deep in the games whenever he starts, usually 3 to 4 innings. Sometimes we see him stay out there for 5, but in this game here today, I'm expecting the Red Sox lineup to stomp on Jack Perkins. My overall breakdown for him, seeing a lineup loaded with left-handed bats, a lineup that's top 5 in the majors versus right-handed pitching. I see Perkins going about 3 to 4 innings, giving up 3 to 4 runs before we get to the worst bullpen in the majors. This Athletics bullpen has been terrible this season. I see the arms available for the Athletics coming in this game, giving up another 2 to 3 runs. On the other side, we got the left-handed pitcher Peyton Tolley on the mound. This guy's been really good for Boston this season. Looking at the numbers for him, he has really good strikeout numbers. The walk rate can be better, does walk a bit of batters, but here today, seeing one of the worst offenses in the majors, not to mention the worst offense versus left-handed pitching. I'm expecting Peyton Tolley to come out here today and deal. If he's working the case, I could see him going 7, if not 8 innings of scoreless baseball, but then turn it over to attack's Red Sox bullpen. I'm expecting the Red Sox to want to lead Tolley out there a bit because of how taxed their bullpen is. It's the first game of the series here. I don't think they want to go into their pen here overall. I'm expecting Tolley to be out there for 7-8 innings before we see the pen. The bullpen has still come in and shut down this Athletics lineup. Still one of the best bullpens in the majors. Looking at the weather, extremely hitter-friendly weather. Ballpark Pal has this game rated with a +9 home run percentage. We got a small gust of wind blowing from the diamonds to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Red Sox are the betting odd favorites, and I like them on the run line. The game total set at 9. I do like the over 9 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Contreras of the Red Sox for 2 total bases today. Next up, we got the Guardians in Chicago taking on the White Sox. 2 left-handed starting pitchers in this game. We got Parker Messick on the mound for the Guardians. We got Noah Schultz on the mound for the White Sox. Alright, getting into this game here, we got the young left-handed pitcher Parker Messick on the mound for the Guardians. This guy's having an amazing season up to this point. He's a rookie still, was an all-star this year. He finished the month of July with over 5 starts made. He finished with a 150 ERA, 0.90 whip. The hard hit rate was down to 28%. Here today, he's going to be seeing a White Sox lineup stacked with left-handed bats. Parker Messick, a left-handed pitcher, has really good splits versus lefties. Not to mention, Messick has a really good strikeout rate. This White Sox team strikes out a lot. I see Messick coming out here today dealing, going about 6 innings, if not 7, before he giving up a run. Before we get to this Guardians bullpen, they look terrible in that Mets series, but they were able to rest a few arms yesterday, getting blown out. They were able to rest a few of their key arms, so I do like the Guardians bullpen from inning 6 and on. I do like the arms available for the Guardians to come in this game and shut down this White Sox lineup here today. On the other side, we got the young left-handed pitcher Noah Schultz on the mound. He's looked a bit more inconsistent this season. Had a few good starts, but has a few blow-up starts as well. You see the ERA still very high. The whip is very high as well. He does have decent strikeout stuff, does struggle with the command, will walk a bunch of batters. Another left-handed pitcher seeing a lineup stacked with lefties here today. This Guardians team in the last 30 days has been a bottom 5 offense versus left-handed pitching. I'm expecting Schultz to come out here today and look decent. Go about 6 innings, giving up a run before we get to the White Sox bullpen. They'll be the determining factor in this game for me. They just wrapped up the series in Boston. They got swept, but yesterday's game went into overtime. They had to use a bunch of the bullpen arms. Here today, looking at the arms that's going to be available for the White Sox, I see them coming in this game, giving up another 2 to 3 runs when Schultz leaves. Looking at the weather in this game, a bit more on the hitter-friendly side. Ballpark Pal has this game rated with a plus 12 home run percentage. We got an 8 to 10 mile per hour winds blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Guardians are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I do like them on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I like the under 8.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Steven Kwan of the Guardians for 2 total bases today. Next game up, we got the Twins in Milwaukee taking on the Brewers. We got Zebby Matthews on the mound for the Twins. We got Shane Drohin on the mound for the Brewers. Alright, getting into this one here, we got the right-handed pitcher Zebby Matthews on the mound for the Twins. This guy's been so inconsistent this year. Still got that 5.22 ERA, whip sitting close to 140. Has had a few decent starts this year, but has also had some monster blow-up games. Looking at the matchup here today for Zebby Matthews, the Twins on the road are terrible this season for one. Then they're going to be seeing a Milwaukee Brewers lineup. The Brewers are a top 10 team versus right-handed pitching. Not to mention, when I look at the pitch mix breakdown for Zebby Matthews, a guy that could be very over-reliant on the fastball, this is not a good spot for him. There is a lot of good contact hitting players in this team. This team plays small ball. They draw a lot of walks. Zebby Matthews struggles with the command. My overall breakdown for Matthews, I see him struggling in this game. Going about 5 innings, giving up 2 to 3 runs, if not a bit more. Before we get to this Twins bullpen, their tax coming into it. They've been a terrible bullpen. They went out and added arms in the deadline, but still the bullpen has not been good. I'm expecting the arms available for the Twins to come in this game, give up another run or 2. On the other side, we got Shane Drohin on the mound. The left-handed pitcher's been decent for Milwaukee up to this point, but he's also had a few bad starts in the last month. He finished the month of July with the ERA sitting close to 4.50. In this game here today, he's going to be seeing a Twins lineup. Bottom 5 offense versus left-handed pitching. Still no Byron Buxton in the lineup. Buxton's been the main bat versus lefties. Nobody else in this team's doing anything with left-handed pitching. I'm expecting the Twins to come out here today and struggle to get to Drohin. Drohin has really good strikeout numbers. This Twins team does strike out a lot. If he could work the K's, limit the walks, I see Drohin dominating the Twins here today. Go to about 6 innings, giving up a run, if not scoreless. Before we get to the back end of this Brewers bullpen, they're in a really good spot here today to come in. Maybe give up another run or so, but nothing too crazy. This game is going to be out in Milwaukee in the Dome, so no weather to sway anything. Let's get to the picks. The Brewers are the betting odd favorites in this game, and I'm playing them on the run line. The game total is set at 7.5. I do like the under 7.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Bryce Terang of the Brewers for 2 total bases today. Next up, we got the Cubs in Kansas City taking on the Royals. We got Kevin Gausman on the mound for the Cubs. We got David Lynch on the mound for the Royals. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Kevin Gausman on the mound for the Cubs, making his debut for the Cubs here. Before the Blue Jays got rid of him in the month of July, he did not look good. He had an ERA and 4 starts made in the month of July, sitting at 4.90. Hard hit rate sitting at 44%. The whip was at 127 as well. Here today, he's going to, fortunately for Gausman, he's going to be facing one of the worst offensive teams in the majors in the Kansas City Royals. This team has been a bottom 10 team in the last 30 games played. Looking at the matchup breakdown for Gausman, he has decent strikeout stuff. This Royals lineup strikes out a lot, very impatient lineup, does not draw a lot of walks. I see Gausman coming out here today having a quality start, going about 6 to 7 innings, giving up 2 runs before we get to the Cubs bullpen. Their attacks coming into it. I do still see the arms available for the Cubs coming in, having a good game. I see the arms available for the Cubs coming out this pen, coming in this game, giving up another run or so, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, it's gonna be a bullpen day for the Royals. For one, this is one of the worst bullpens in the majors. You're gonna have David Lynch open up the game. After that, Mason Black will be the primary pitcher. This is a terrible spot for the Royals to be having a bullpen day. They're gonna be seeing the best offense in the last 2 weeks. Since the All-Star break, no team's hitting right-handed pitcher better than the Cubs. We saw them sweep the Dodgers. They just had another good series. I'm expecting them to come out here today, have no problem with this Kansas City Royals lineup. I see the offense putting up a bunch of runs here today. Like I said, it's going to be a bullpen day overall for the Royals. This is going to set them back in this series. I'm expecting the Cubs to have an easy series off of this day alone. Looking at the weather in this game, extremely hitter-friendly weather. Kauffman Stadium this season has been extremely hitter-friendly. The weather is going to be extremely hitter-friendly. Ballpark Pal has this game rated with a plus 34 home run percentage. We got wind blown from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Cubs are the betting odds favorites in this game, and I like them on the run line. The game total set at 10. I do like the over 10 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Pete Crow Armstrong of the Cubs to hit a home run today. Next up, we got the Rockies in St. Louis taking on the Cardinals. We got Ryan Feltner on the mound for the Rockies. We got Kyle Leahy on the mound for the Cardinals. Alright, getting into this game here, we got the right-handed pitcher Ryan Feltner on the mound for the Rockies. When you look at his numbers for the month of July, they look terrible. They look scary even. He had an ERA in over 4 starts made sitting close to 10, whip sitting close to 2, hard hit rate finished at 47%. He is a sinker ball pitcher, pitches for a lot of contact. Here today in St. Louis, mind you, a lot of the starts in the month of July did come at home in Coors Field. Now, on the road once again, seeing a St. Louis Cardinals lineup, we always talk about the best offensive home teams, like the teams that when they play at home have really good numbers offensively. This Cardinals lineup is the complete opposite. Whenever they play at home, their offensive numbers take a huge drop across the board. Here today for Ryan Feltner, a sinker ball pitcher, a guy that relies on a lot of contact, does have a decent strikeout rate, really low walk rate as well. I can see him having a good game. This Cardinals lineup is still a bottom 10 offense in the last 30 plus games played. They traded Lars Nootbaar. They now missing a big power bat at the top of the lineup. I could see Feltner having a good game here today, going about 6 innings, giving up a run or 2. Before we get to this Rockies bullpen, tax bullpen coming, bad bullpen coming into it, but they got some good arms available. They're not taxed coming into this game. I do see the arms available for the Rockies coming out the pen, coming in this one, maybe giving up another run or 2, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got Kyle Leahy on the mound. This guy's been surprising this season for St. Louis. When you look at the underlying numbers though, you are expecting him to have a blow-up start. The hard hit rate up over 40%, does not get a lot of swing and misses, relies on a lot of contact for outs. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Rockies lineup. They hit right-handed pitching very well. They're a top 15 team versus right-handed pitching. I'm expecting them to come out here today and get to Leahy. I wouldn't say he's home run prone, but he averages 1.2 home runs per 9 innings. I would say he's home run friendly. He is going to give up a long ball from time to time. In this game here today, I see him going about 6 innings, giving up 3 runs before we get to this terrible Cardinals bullpen. They're not tax coming into it as well. They got some decent arms available, but still a terrible bullpen overall. I see the arms available for the Cardinals coming in this game, giving up another run or 2. Looking at the weather in this one, extremely hitter friendly. We got plus 8 home run percentage, wind blown from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Cardinals are the betting odds favorites in this game, and I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Colorado Rockies on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Hunter Goodman of the Rockies for 2 total bases today. Next game up, we got the Dodgers in Arizona taking on the Diamondbacks. We got Roki Sasaki on the mound for the Dodgers. We got Merrill Kelly on the mound for the D-backs. Alright, getting into this game here, the month of August has not been treating the Dodgers well up to this point. They come into this game on a 6-game losing streak. They're 2-8 in their last 10 games played. Today, they're going to be playing the second place Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks holding on to that wild card spot. I think they're going to come out here today. They're going to take this series very serious overall. I'm expecting both of these teams to take this series very serious. We got Roque on the mount. This guy's been so hit or miss this year. He's had a good start. He's inconsistent. I'll put it like that. He's the true meaning of inconsistency. Good start, bad start. Keeps flip-flopping them. Here today, fortunately for him, he's going to be seeing a Diamondbacks lineup. Very mediocre versus right-handed pitching. Also very inconsistent versus right-handed pitching. They'll have an amazing game versus a righty, then come out and get shut out by a right-handed pitcher. The right-handed pitchers that usually have the most success against this Diamondbacks lineup is the pitchers that are able to work the Ks, limit the walks. Roque does have a walk problem, but can work the strikeouts as well. The strikeout numbers for Roque has definitely been getting better as the season goes along. I still see him getting hit up in this game. Guys like Corbin Carroll and Perdomo are tearing up the ball right now. I'm expecting them to get to Roque, a guy that throws that fastball splitter combination primarily. My overall breakdown for him here today, he goes 6 innings, gives up 2 runs before we get to this terrible Dodgers bullpen. We've been talking about it for like over 2 months now, how bad this Dodgers bullpen's been. We've been seeing it here in the losing streak. Every time they come out, they're giving up a bunch of runs. I'm expecting the arms available for the Dodgers to come out the pen once again, give up another 2 runs when they come into this game. On the other side, we got Merrill Kelly on the mount. This guy has not been good for the D-backs this season. Another guy that will have some monster blow-up starts, then come out and have a decent outing the next time. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Dodgers lineup. Like I said, I'm expecting the Dodgers to take this series very serious. I'm expecting all the left-handed bats to give Merrill Kelly big problems in this game. He has terrible splits versus left-handed bats, not to mention the hard hit rate sitting at 40% on the year. Another guy that's over-reliant on the fastball, especially when he falls behind in the count. Once he's down 0-2, it's a fastball right down the middle of the plate. Guys are going to time him. Guys are going to take him yard. I see Kelly going about 5 innings, giving up 3 to 4 runs before we get to the Diamondbacks bullpen. Decent bullpen. I like the arms available for them here today. I could still see them coming in, giving up another run or so, but nothing too crazy. This game is going to be out in Arizona in the dome, so no weather to sway anything. Let's get to the picks. The Dodgers are the betting odds favorites in this game, and I like them on the run line. The game total set at 9.5. I do like the over 9.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Max Muncy of the Dodgers for 2 total bases today. Next up, we got the Rays in Seattle taking on the Mariners. We got Drew Rasmussen on the mount for the Rays. We got Logan Gilbert on the mount for the Mariners. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Drew Rasmussen on the mount for the Rays. I remember Shane McClanahan had that stretch towards the beginning of the season when he was looking dominant, but still towards the end of the year, coming towards the end of the season, Drew Rasmussen still proved to be the ace in this Tampa Bay Rays pitching rotation. He finished the month of July with an ERA sitting at 2.30, whip sitting at 0.90, the hard hit rate down to 33%. Really good strikeout to walk ratio, something that's going to be very important in this game here today against this Mariners lineup. For one, the Seattle Mariners team, since the All-Star break, bottom 10 team versus right-handed pitching. Their biggest weakness, though, is when they see starting pitchers with very good strikeout stuff. This Seattle Mariners lineup towards the top of the league when it comes to striking out. Drew Rasmussen, very good strikeout numbers, very low walk rate. That's going to be the big thing in this game for me here today. I see Drew Rasmussen coming out, handling the Seattle Mariners offense, going about 6-7 innings. If not scoreless, he'll give up a run before we get to a very mediocre Tampa Bay Rays bullpen. I do actually like the spot here today for the Rays. I like the arms that's going to be available for them to come in this game, maybe give up another run, but I see them shutting down this Mariners lineup. On the other side, we got Logan Gilbert, another good starting pitcher, another guy that still looks like the ace here. Here today, looking at the matchup for him, he's going to be seeing a Tampa Bay Rays lineup, top 10 team versus right-handed pitching. Not to mention they're featuring 6 lefties in the lineup. Logan Gilbert struggles with lefties, not to mention this team does not strike out a lot. The Tampa Bay Rays lineup is a very patient lineup, does not strike out a lot, draws a lot of walks. Logan Gilbert has decent strikeout to walk ratio, can struggle with his command at times, can walk a bunch of batters. That is going to backfire against him here today. I see him going about 5 innings, giving up 2 runs before we get to the Seattle Mariners bullpen. They're in a decent spot, but I still see the arms available for them coming in, giving up another 2. Looking at the weather, extremely pitcher-friendly weather. Small gust of wind blowing from the outfield into the diamond. Let's get to the picks. The Mariners are the betting odds favorites in this game, and I like the Road Dogs in this spot. Give me the Tampa Bay Rays on the money line. The game total set at 7. I actually got this game finishing exactly at 7. I got this a 4-3 game for the Rays. So I'm going to lean towards the under because it's out in Seattle, very under friendly. So I lean towards the under, but overall I would stay away from the game total here. For the player prop, I'm taking Jonathan Aranda of the Rays for 2 total bases today. Alright, final game of the day, we got the Tigers in San Francisco taking on the Giants. We got Montero on the mount for the Tigers. We got Hauser on the mount for the Giants. Alright, getting into this game here. For one, Adrian Hauser is still not officially confirmed as the starting pitcher for the Giants, but everywhere is pointing that he will be the starting pitcher here today for the Giants. But getting into this one here, we got Kaider Montero on the mount for Detroit. He's actually been decent for Detroit this season, has had some really good starts this year. Of course, has had a few blow-up starts, but they're far in between. Looking at the matchup form here today, he's going to be seeing a Giants lineup in the last 30 games played. They're a bottom 10 team versus right-handed pitching. Their strikeout numbers have been really going up for this Giants lineup. Montero's really not a strikeout pitcher. This is a guy that relies on a lot of contact, a lot of ground outs to get his outs that can backfire on him here today. This lineup still got a lot of left-handed bats, a few good lefties in the lineup. Montero's splits versus lefties are not that good. I'm expecting him to struggle a bit in this game. I see him going 5 innings, giving up 2 runs. Before we get to the back end of the Tigers bullpen, they're actually in a good spot here today. Valdez went out yesterday, pitched the bulk of the game, Tigers bullpen was able to rest a lot of key arms. I do like the arms available for Detroit to come in this game and shut down the Giants bats when they do enter. On the other side, we got Adrian Hauser on the mount. This guy has not been good this season. He has terrible splits versus left-handed bats. Not to mention Hauser, another contact pitcher, comes into this game with a hard hit rate sitting at 46%. In the last 2 weeks since the All-Star break, this Tigers offense overall is a top 10 offense. I'm expecting Hauser to come out here today and get hit up. Like I said, the hard hit rate's pretty high as well. I can see 1 or 2 of these Tigers taking him yard. My overall breakdown for Hauser has him going 4 to 5 innings, giving up 3 to 4 runs. Before we get to the back end of this Giants bullpen, extremely mediocre. I see the arms available for the Giants coming in this one, giving up another run or 2. Nothing too crazy though. Looking at the weather in this game, bit more on the pitcher friendly side. It has a negative 20% home run percentage. Let's get to the picks. The Tigers are the betting odd favorites in this game, and I like them on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the under 8.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Riley Green of the Tigers for 2 total bases today. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today are ourselves. Yesterday our ladder play did come through for us. The payout $168.17. So you know how we do it. We're gonna pocket the $68.17, and today we're wagering $100 flat, and we'll be wagering that $100 here today on the Milwaukee Brewers on the run line. We're getting them at plus 140. This is our ladder play of the day. Next up, we have a 2-leg home run parlay we're playing here today. We're going to start it off with Kyle Schwarber of the Phillies, and we wrap it up with Ben Rice of the New York Yankees, a $10 2-leg home run parlay. Next up, we have a 3-leg parlay we'll be playing here today. We're going to start it off with the Philadelphia Phillies on the run line. We're then going to play the Atlanta Braves on the money line, and we wrap up the parlay with the Milwaukee Brewers on the money line. And our final bit of the day will be another 3-leg parlay. This time we're going to start it off with that Mets-Pirates game total to go under 8.5 total runs. And we're going to wrap up the parlay with the Cleveland Guardians on the money line and the Chicago Cubs on the money line. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, I just want to send my salutes out to you all. It's Friday, we made it. Let's get this weekend kicked off right. You guys know I appreciate you all. I respect you all. Hope we all win some money here today. And I'm going to catch you on the next one.